Music Director of Alchemy Theatre. Thank you so much for being here for Night 2 of the New Works 2023 Festival. A couple quick shout-outs as the cast gets into place here. We want to ask everybody to turn off your cell phones, please, before we begin. We have a lot of swag outside in the hallway. If you're interested in t-shirts, keychains, pins, mugs, magnets, lanyards, stickers, hats, ornaments, whatever you like. There's all kinds of stuff out there. Please feel free to spend all of your money buying our stuff. A huge special thanks to Cellar Door for allowing us to be here. Both nights, yesterday and today. I want to thank everybody that came out to the writing workshops today at Heritage Station. That was very cool as well. And for those of you that didn't, gosh, you sure did miss it. Lots of FOMO in this. For anybody interested, our next production is Private Wars. It's directed by Brian Cook. That is going to be in March, the weekend starting March 17th. We have auditions for that February 11th at Regeneration Church. Come and join us for that. Regeneration Church is the church that's above the old Lattice building on 4th Avenue. Come and check that out. We'll have more of that info on the website. I say all that to say season tickets are still available for this season until Private Wars happens. So if you would like tickets to see everything we're doing this year, get your season tickets now, and we will get you a cool lanyard. As some people might have seen the lanyards going around. The Alchemy board also has lanyards on that say that they're board members. If you want to buy season tickets, find somebody with a lanyard and talk to them, and we will help you, or talk to Nora or I, and we will make sure that that happens. Because we have season shows to do, we have season sponsors every year. We want to thank Paolo Magestro for their season sponsorship this year. They happen to be here tonight with us. That's not just why I'm saying their name out loud right now, but it is a big reason that I'm saying their name out loud right now. But they're instrumental, season sponsors are instrumental in making all of this stuff happen, and we can't do it without those sponsors. And you can still be a season sponsor all the way up through Private Wars as well. So if you or know somebody, or you have a business, or you would like to be a donor or a sponsor for our shows, please see one of us as well, and we can also make that happen, and we can shout your name at the top of our lungs to a room full of people and make them know who you are. Once again, I want to thank everybody for being here, and are you going to introduce this first show? It's you, Audrey. I know Audrey enough to know that I sat in 2 things with her today, and she wrote a play with us last night, and this is her second play. I'll let Sheila talk a little bit more about it. Sheila Redling, everybody!
Smith is an incredibly talented and also lovely human being who had an absolutely hilarious show last night. That the entire show was a pun about pubic hair. So if you're worried tonight is going to be a bummer, just realize it's starting with Audrey's show. Okay, so it's all going to be fun. Audrey Stanton-Smith kicking off the excursion.
Folks that are standing, we are still trying to find some extra seats for you as we go, so don't be alarmed if we're moving seats around in here for you. Enjoy the show. Thank you.
The Excursion, cast of characters. Cruise director, an alien with an overly enthusiastic personality. Jim, adult alien in a Bigfoot suit. Judy, Jim's wife, also wearing a Bigfoot costume. City excursion person 1, an adult alien wearing a normal human costume, a know-it-all. City excursion person 2, an adult alien wearing a normal human costume, also a know-it-all. Hunter Fieldley, a human, constantly hunting and blogging about Bigfoot. Scenes 1 and 4 take place in a simple meeting room on board a spaceship. This room should include a screen or sign that says, "Welcome to the event Horizon on board the Regal Nebula. Enjoy your excursion." The same set is also used for the closing scene 5. Scene 2 and 3 take place in a woodsy outdoor setting on Earth. A few trees, stumps, and rocks, etc. should decorate the stage. Scene 1. Lights come up on an empty room, the event Horizon, for passengers on board the Regal Nebula, a luxury spaceship cruise line catering to aliens from throughout the universe have gathered for departure instructions regarding the Earth excursions on which they are about to embark.
Good morning, passengers. This is your cruise director. At this time, I would like to remind those of you scheduled for excursions today to please report to the event horizon. Once again, passengers who have booked excursions today, please report to the event horizon at this time.
Judy and Jim enter stage right, examining one another's Bigfoot costumes. City Excursion Person 1 and City Excursion Person 2 enter stage left, examining each other, although they look like normal humans dressed for a night out. The two couples look questioningly at the others in the room, but smile and shrug shoulders, assuming their new and differing appearances are about to be explained by the cruise director, who enters stage right a few seconds later, holding a digital tablet or futuristic-looking clipboard, which he or she refers to throughout the scene.
Wonderful! I see the cloaking capsules you swallowed last night have worked beautifully.
Oh, yes. Been exploring these new bodies all morning.
Can't believe we're going to be living in them for a whole 24 hours.
Now that's Earth time, of course.
Sounds like someone read the excursion safety brochure. Excellent. We just need to go over a few small details before you beam down. You two, I see you have selected our Night in the Big Apple excursion. As you know, you'll be blending in with the humans in a place Earthlings call New York City. Dinner, a show, fancy accommodations, and then we'll beam you back up tomorrow morning from the portal point specified in your brochure.
Excuse me.
Just a moment, please. As I was about to say, remember, everyone, the Earthlings, or people, humans, as we sometimes call them, know nothing of us.
Nope. Not a thing. Zilch. They're just not ready yet.
Right. That's why it's imperative that you follow all instructions and do your best to blend in. Remember, if anyone asks you where you're from, the answer is Burbank. Let's all try that, shall we? So, where are you lovely people from?
Burbank.
And you? Where are you, lovely people from?
Nice touch! Yes! We here aboard the Regal Nebula encourage interaction. It's a great way to make the most of your excursions. You'll find that the people where you're going look just like you do right now.
Are you sure about that?
About what?
That we look just like the species on Earth. Jim and I don't look anything like those two.
Yes, we're very hairy.
And our feet, they're huge.
Also, I scared the bantha poodoo out of our children and paid for 10 minutes this morning. Plus, we're naked. If it weren't for all this hair, you see what I had to grip and aim for 10 minutes.
Yeah, those two city goers are wearing clothes. But we're all going to the same planet?
Oh, yes. Well, Earth is a rather large planet. Lots of different sorts of people, various habitats. Some have more hair than others, some are taller. Our generative adversarial network does an amazing job creating your new looks. I see that you, Jim and Judy, have chosen the romantic camping adventure excursion.
That's right, but, well, we just want to be sure that we can follow your instructions about blending in. This is our first trip to Earth.
Yes. You know, I've never been to Earth myself. Always too busy here on the ship to join in on the Milky Way excursions. Next time, I hope. But I understand your apprehension. We on the Regal Nebula can assure you our scientists and field researchers have put the latest technology and data into capsules you swallowed that created your cloaking suits.
Yes, Jim and Judy. If you had read the brochure, you would know that each suit has been specially coded according to habitats within the various excursions.
Why, just last week, some friends of ours joined one of the Planet A4-63 moon excursions. They went cloaked as aquatic creatures and had a marvelous time.
That's right! Your two suits have been coded and camouflaged exactly to what people in the remote and romantic camping area of Earth must look like. Probably a bit cooler there than in the city, I'd imagine. Hence all the hair.
Well, I suppose that makes sense.
Now, Jim and Judy, you won't have the fancy accommodations our city excursionists will have, but you will have everything you need for a romantic adventure deep in the woods. Quality time in a beautiful setting. And I see here you've enrolled your children in our onboard overnight adventure camp. They're going to have such a good time. Don't you worry your furry little heads about them or about blending in with the people of Earth. Truth is, unless you use those special binoculars in your gear, you may not even see any other humans. Just remember, if you do, Burbank.
Oh, yes, we love it in Burbank. Needed a little getaway, though. And you? Are you lovely people from around here?
Perfect! You two are going to have a wonderful time in the city. And you, Jim and Judy, are going to love camping. We're only a fraction of a parsec away from Earth now, so I believe they're ready for you over in the beaming station. Just be sure to arrive at the specified beam portal tomorrow morning, and we look forward to having you back on board the Regal Nebula. Boldly go!
May the furs be with you.
Did she say furs?
I have a bad feeling about this.
Jim and Judy exit stage right as cruise director swipes tablet screen and exit stage left. Lights fade. End of scene. Scene 2, Earth, the woods, daytime. Lights come up to find Hunter Fieldley recording himself with a smartphone on a selfie stick.
This is Hunter Fieldley, and you're watching Squatch Watch. No. Wait, I'm gonna do that again.
Makes some adjustments on his camera phone and his appearance.
Welcome to another episode of Squatch Watch with Hunter Fieldley. Okay, within the last few years, at least a dozen eyewitnesses have reported Sasquatch sightings in this hot zone. I feel I've got a 18 game camera set up around this very area. I feel good. I feel real good about tonight. I've set up camp just a couple miles from here. I have the infrared and FLIR cameras charged and ready. A couple of strong branches set aside for my tree knocks. I've even been sucking on some honey lemon cough drops so I can make those calls sound just right. Right now, we got a few hours of daylight left, so I'm gonna head over to my tent and get a little shut-eye. I'll check back in around dusk. Happy squatching, y'all.
Hunter Fieldley stops camera and exits stage left. A few seconds later, Jim and Judy enter from stage right. They are wearing backpacks. They should walk as Bigfoot does in the famous Patterson-Gimlin footage, swinging arms and stepping with wide strides as if cross-country skiing. But walk.
Ooh, that felt so weird. I'm still all tingly, are you?
Yeah, I feel strange. Let's sit down for a sec and get our bearings.
Well, it is beautiful.
Wish I could say the same about you.
Well, I can't help it if they gave me the most unromantic, least sexy appearances for our romantic adventure.
I know, dear. I'm only kidding. I love you.
I know.
Let's see what kind of adventure kit the Regal Nebula sent with us, shall we?
Judy and Jim begin pulling items from their backpacks, typical camping gear, including water bottles, beef jerky, a bottle of wine, plastic glasses, humorous items welcome here, sleeping bags, binoculars, and a tent.
A tent? Are we supposed to know how to put that together?
Holding up the bottle of wine.
Maybe drinking this will help.
Yeah, it might help me imagine you're back to your good, smooth, greenish, gray, short little sexy self again. How many bottles did they send?
Jim opens the bottle, pours 2 glasses, and hands one to Judy. They drink as they talk.
Not enough for that, I'm afraid.
This is good. Nice job, Regal Nebula. Speaking of the cruise ship, do you think the kids are all right?
Oh, I'm sure they are. The Regal Nebula child care staff seems more than qualified. I mean, they're all from the mother planet. Caring and parenting is in their genetic makeup. It's not like they're reptilian or anything.
Yes, you're right. I just need to relax. What do you say we stash our stuff over there behind that rock, take a little hike, do some exploring, and come back and set up the tent before the sun goes down?
Sounds perfect, my love. I'm looking forward to cozying up with you in that tent. I mean, we haven't fully explored how these bodies work. There must be some reason these skins are part of the romance package.
I smell what you're cooking. And I like it. Especially like it when it will be done.
Jim stands and offers a hand to Judy, who joins him, placing the wine and camping gear just off stage. They then walk Patterson-Gimlin style back and forth across the stage a few times as if hiking through the woods. They could walk to the house and back up the stage, laughing, pointing out objects along the way. They should really ham it up, striking poses one might expect of Bigfoot and being affectionate with one another. They get their feet stuck in imaginary mud at least once. After a few laps, they exit. Hunter Fieldley enters seconds later from the opposite side of the stage.
All right, Squatch Watchers, it's almost that time. I was able to catch a few Z's, and now I'm ready to catch a few Bigfoots. Now, out here checking the game cameras, seeing lots of activity I'll be downloading later and sharing with you. Looking forward to that. Probably just deer, but you never know. I think they're definitely out here, but the biggest news right now in the game cameras, it has to do with possible prints. I've noticed it's still a little muddy in some places, and right over here,
He squats to examine and show the ground.
I do see what could be a Bigfoot print. It's starting to get dark, but I'm gonna turn off my camera here and cast this and see what we got, you know? Next time you see me, I'll be a calling and a knocking. Happy squatching, y'all.
Lights fade on Hunter Fieldley examining the footprint. End of scene. Scene 3, same woods, but now with the tent almost completely erected, a campfire cooking area, a tree, and a big stick on the ground. Judy and Jim have almost settled into camp. Judy is working on the tent, while Jim appears to be cooking over a campfire.
How's the tent coming, hon?
Ugh, so frustrating. Leave it to the Regal Nebula to give us good wine but a crappy tent. She's coming apart at the seams.
Well, I'm sure we can make it work.
Damn it, Jim. I'm a doctor, not a seamstress.
Good thing I am a seamstress. Trade me places. Dinner's almost ready.
Jim moves to work on the tent setup while Judy tends to the food in the fire.
This does look good, honey. Smells delicious. Why don't you come and eat and I'll finish the tent later.
Jim gives up on the tent, leaving it not completely set up, then joins Judy. As they begin to eat, they hear 2 wood knocks as one would hear on a Bigfoot TV hunting show. Insert special effects, the distant sound of a large stick hitting a tree 2 times.
What was that?
I don't know. A bird, maybe?
A bird, Jim? It didn't sound like a bird to me.
Oh, sure. Laugh it up, fuzzball. How would you know what an earth bird sounds like?
I don't, but I just don't think that was a bird. Oh well, it stopped anyway.
Would you look at that moon? I don't know I've ever seen one so big and bright.
It's beautiful. Are you sure that's a moon?
Well, good point. That's no moon. Probably a docking station or something on the other side. And they don't even know about it. I read somewhere that it's tidally locked. How about that, though? Looks just like a moon.
Sound effects, the sound of a large stick hitting a tree 2 times, closer this time.
There it was again.
Honey, what if it's people? What if that's how they communicate in the camping area? Like to let you know if they want to visit?
Excellent thought, Jim. Oh, answer back. See what happens.
Judy retrieves a pair of binoculars from the camping gear and begins using them as Jim stands and picks up a big branch and knocks it against a tree 2 times. Sound effects, the offstage sound of a large stick hitting a tree 2 times, even closer this time, followed by a long, loud Bigfoot howl/call as one might hear on a Bigfoot hunting TV show.
Oh, this is so exciting. Neat. These have a night vision feature. Answer back, hon.
Jim knocks on the tree, then howls an answer.
Oh! Oh my, that was fun!
Hunter Fieldley answers with the same sound on stage, but much closer.
Do it again, honey. And remember, we're from Burbank.
Jim knocks again, then howls. Off stage, Hunter Fieldley knocks and then howls, but much louder now.
No, stop. Stop knocking. Stop howling. Oh, dear Jim, that is a person. But he doesn't look like we do. Oh, no. He looks like that city excursion couple, and he's running. He's running this way. Is that a weapon?
We have to hide. This is the way.
Judy and Jim make a mess, dropping their binoculars, spilling food, and scattering things as they flee from the campsite and run off stage left. Just as they exit, Hunter Fieldly enters quickly from stage right, filming.
Holy squatch! Oh my gosh! Oh my god! Look at this. This tent torn down, ripped apart at the seams, food and supplies scattered everywhere. Some poor campers have been attacked by a Bigfoot. It's gotta be close still out here. I just heard it. Oh my gosh, I'm so scared. But I'm going after it. Hunter Fieldly reporting to you from the scene of an actual Bigfoot attack. I'm gonna keep filming. Holy squatch, y'all! Oh, those poor campers.
Hunter quickly exits stage left. Jim and Judy enter from stage right, breathless and moving quickly across the stage as they look all around, frightened.
Just get back to the bean portal. We'll hide there till morning.
Let's just hope we can make it till then.
Judy and Jim quickly exit stage left. Blackout. End of scene. Scene 4. We are back on board the Regal Nebula in the mid-horizon room. Cruise director is eagerly awaiting the arrival of Jim and Judy, who enter stage right from an unseen beaming area, looking terrified but relieved.
Oh, Judy, we're home.
Oh, thank goodness.
Judy points angrily in the face of a shocked cruise director.
We were stalked, hunted, made to spend the entire night hiding, scared to death he'd catch us and do who knows what.
Probe us, probably. That's what aliens do, right? It was the worst experience of our lives. We could have died.
That seems highly illogical, but I'll look into it.
Cruise director pushes an unseen button near her ear to communicate with a tech person.
Yes? Oh, you are already on it then. Thank you, Scott. No, I see. Kashyyyk! Oh dear. Well, we'll fix it now. Now!
Cruise director pushes the ear button near her ear to end the call, then looks to Jim and Judy.
We offer our most sincere apologies. It would seem the coding for your adversarial network-generated cloaking camouflage was off by just a half, just a hair. Oh, sorry. Poor choice of words. Well, our programmers have just looked into the situation, and I'm afraid there's just a single-digit difference between the code for your Earth excursion suits and the codes for the suits we use for another adventure excursion over on one of the mid-rim planets. Kashyyyk, I believe it is. Anyway, someone goofed.
Goofed? I should say so.
Well, you guys nailed the adventure part of the description. But it sure is difficult to be romantic when someone's hunting you.
And just wearing these cloaking suits is so unromantic. How much longer till they wear off anyway?
Anytime now, and that's a promise.
Good. You know, we could have been killed.
Yes, I sense much fear in you. Please allow us here on the Regal Nebula to make up for our mistake.
What in the universe can make up for sending us someplace where we're prey?
I was thinking, perhaps, a free excursion to Kashyyyk. You're already familiar with the cloaking suits, after all.
I'm starting to think this cruise line is nothing but a con.
Cabin upgrade with separate quarters for the kids and a complimentary unlimited beverage package, then?
Make it so.
Today's drink special is a Patterson Gimlet. Unbelievably refreshing, but very strong. They say it will put hair on your chest. I think we could all use one. Let's head to the bar, shall we?
Cruise director Judy and Jim exit stage left. Lights fade. End of scene. Scene 5. We are back on Earth. Could be anywhere. No props required. Hunter Fieldly speaking into his smartphone.
I know, man! 1 million views in the first hour! Oh, yeah! Discovery Channel, here I come!
Hunter Fieldly ends the call and looks towards the sky.
I know they're out there somewhere.
The lights fade. The end.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, One Night in Venice by Lulu Smith and Sheila Redling. Their short bios are as follows. They both write books. This isn't a book. This is their first shot at writing a play together. We are very proud to present it to you. We at Alchemy are very proud to work with Sheila and Christy, and we are very glad that they have thought us a safe place to do this, much like Tyson allowing us to do his show yesterday, and Aubrey and everybody else. So we want to thank them very much for this. This is the longest piece. It is about an hour and 10 minutes, give or take. There will be an intermission between the acts, so everybody can get up and go to the bathroom if you need to. But this is intended to be a full piece, so it's a bit longer than what we've seen so far. I just want to get everybody ready for that. But without further ado, this is One Night in Venice.
Character descriptions: Reynaldo, an Italian bartender; Harper, the perfect wife; Gigi, the academic; Maddie, the writer; Enzo, the gondolier; Mary, an American tourist; and John, her husband, an American tourist; Seamus, a handsome Irishman; Tyson, expat hotelier; and Evan, the politician. Scene 1. Scene 1, a cozy Italian hotel bar, early evening. This is not the Cipriani, but a homey pensione. There are 3 doors, one to the piazza, one up to the steps of the hotel, and one to the water taxi gondola dock. If possible, there should be a patio or open space leading out to the gondola dock. By the door to the piazza, there is a wall sconce that will flicker periodically throughout the show. The kitchen is suggested behind the bar through which food will be passed. Small bistro tables are scattered throughout the room. Behind the bar, Reynaldo, the bartender, prepares for evening business. Maddie and Gigi enter from the hotel. They are stiff and newly cleaned up in that post-flight way. Maddie is wearing rubber boots and layers of scarves and sweaters. She also has a large laptop bag. They take their seats at a central table.
I don't think I'll ever get feeling back in my lower extremities.
Really? I feel pretty good for such a long flight.
That's easy for you to say, Maddie. You didn't have you drooling on your shoulder for 9 hours.
You didn't have to stay in the middle seat, Gigi. I told you we could switch.
No, I didn't mind it. It's just that I couldn't move at all for 9 hours.
I'll sit in the middle on the way home.
I told you I don't mind.
There is no point in waiting for Harper to get down here. She's probably unpacking all of her clothes and hanging them up in color order. Let's get a drink. What are you in the mood for?
Whatever you're having.
I think I'll have a Bellini. It is Venice, after all.
Oh, is that the one with peaches? I don't like peaches.
What do you want, then?
Whatever, I'm easy.
Red wine?
Ugh, it's too warm.
Then what?
Whatever, seriously, whatever. I'm just so glad to be out of that middle seat.
I told you I would...
Signoras, ladies, may I make a suggestion? Here at the Pensione de Angelica, we have a house liqueur. It is bright and refreshing, and if I may be so bold, some say it is even magical. Then we have made extra for the festival. Please, you are guests of the Pensione, and let me welcome you with a drink that is, as we say, honor the house.
Maddie gets a carafe of the drink from the bar, along with a small plate of antipasti. She sets them down on the table, and before she takes her seat, Gigi dives into the snacks.
Oh, that's right. There's a festival tonight. I forgot about that.
Literally the reason I'm here.
Ugh, you're here because we're having a sister's trip.
No, we are having a sister's trip because I had to come to Venice to research my book. Remember? Big contract, deadline, me bursting into tears randomly every time I think about it.
The tears sound familiar. Ooh, these little sandwiches and this cheese. Are you gonna have some?
I don't want to lose a finger. Food will keep. I'm starting with this magical liqueur.
Now we're talking.
Maddie pours them both a drink, and they hold the glasses up.
To making it to Venice in one piece.
Cheers. Hey, maybe we should save some of that food for Harper?
Please. First of all, there is a kitchen. We can order more. Secondly, you think Harper is actually going to eat this or anything? This is Italy. Everything has carbs in it.
The horror! Did she seem strange to you? She seems strange to me.
Strange how?
Like tense.
Hello? It's Harper. Is she ever not tense?
Yeah, but tenser than usual. Quieter than usual. Did you notice that she didn't even ask us if we had our passports when we got to the airport? Or ask what we packed?
Because we're adults traveling out of the country and are expected to take care of ourselves?
We're talking about Harper. Big sister energy. Last time we went to lunch together, she put a napkin in my lap.
Do you think it's Evan?
Of course it's Evan. When isn't the haircut the source of her misery?
He's certainly the source for plenty of mine.
Did you notice how many times he called her while we were waiting to board?
More importantly, did you notice that she didn't take his calls?
They clink glasses.
I can't believe she agreed to this trip.
Harper enters from the hotel. She is carrying a large tote bag. Not far behind her, Tyson enters and speaks with Reynaldo, who points out the women.
Glad you could join us.
What in the world are you wearing? Where did you pack those boots? Are you going wading later?
Venice is sinking an inch every year. There's a lot of water out there.
Yeah, and the idea is to stay out of it. That's why there are bridges over the canals. You don't have to wade through them.
You're always telling me to be prepared.
Harper joins them at the table as Maddie opens her laptop.
Oh, tell me you're not going to work right now.
I can tell you that, but then I'd be a liar, liar, pants on fire.
Tyson approaches their table.
Ladies, good evening. I'm Mr. Tyson, and this is my pensione. Welcome. I'm so very happy that you chose to join us here for the festival.
Is this your hotel? It's lovely.
It is. Thank you. She's a demanding mistress, but I love her.
Is your English that good, or are you actually American?
Guilty as charged. Kentucky, born and raised.
Oh, what brought you to Venice?
I suspect it's the same thing that brought you. La Festiva di Peregrino. 25 years ago, I arrived in Venice, just as the festival kicked off. And I fell in love with this city. I never looked back.
Wow, this must be some festival.
What does peregrino mean?
Pilgrim, right? Like people who made a religious pilgrimage?
Well, close. It does mean pilgrims, but not in any religious sense. You know, Venice was the gateway between continents for centuries. Some people came here for money or power or spices, and some people came here and escaped something they wanted to leave behind. And some people just came here as seekers. There are all kinds of pilgrims in this world.
And what kind are you?
Me? A tired one. Mrs. Tyson and I are planning our retirement. We bought a little villa in Puglia and plan on spending our sunset years surrounded by olive groves and good red wine.
That sounds wonderful.
But enough about me. Welcome to Venice. You're in the corner suite, yes? 301? My apologies about that closet door. I meant to get it fixed before you checked in. Maintenance will be in tomorrow morning before you head out to sightsee. It's just a
Sticky hinge. Yeah, I fixed it.
You fixed the closet door?
Yeah, it was just a hinge.
Then you what? Had a power drill in your suitcase?
No. I have a good moisturizer. I just lifted the door, put a little into the hinge, and voila, it works just fine.
Voila, she fixed the closet door.
It seems like the pensione likes you. But it's Italy. You say ecco, not voila.
Noted.
Tyson returns to the bar where he confirms with Reynaldo. Gigi keeps snacking and Maddie studies her laptop.
Are you really going to work while we're having our first drink?
That's what you get for doing manual labor on vacation. Gigi and I already had our first drink, a toast and everything.
You didn't wait for me? What did you toast to?
To making it here, what do you think?
Do you have room for one more?
Can we make it quick? To health or live, laugh, love or whatever you want to toast to. I need to get back to this. The internet is crap in the rooms.
Raising a glass.
To Mom.
Yeah, that is a good one. To Mom.
They drink.
She would have loved this place. She always wanted to see Italy. Did you know she had a postcard from this hotel?
I did not know that.
She kept it in her jewelry box. Great Aunt Lil sent it to her back in the 50s. She kept it all those years. That's why I picked this place. I thought it would be nice for us to take the trip Mom never got to take.
Look, I know there's a lot going on here, but I'm not on vacation, okay? I'm doing research for my book. You guys want to go all Roman holiday? That's cool, but I actually have a deadline. I have to research the festival. I have to see some villas. I have appointments. I have an appointment in like 10 minutes.
You made an appointment on our first night?
And you're going dressed like that?
I am working. This book is not going to write itself.
The cell phone rings in Harper's bag. She ignores it, but Gigi and Maddie notice.
No law says you can't keep that on airplane mode while we're here.
Oh, right, because being unplugged is so important to you. I wouldn't want to do anything to interrupt our sister time.
Maddie stows her laptop in her bag and rises.
Well, this is fun. I'd love to keep it up all night, but I do have an appointment. Do you know where the Piazza de Tintoretto is? Is it out there?
Si, senorita. This is the Tintoretto. You are meeting someone?
Yep. Research never sleeps.
You are taking him a drink, no?
No, this is work.
And this is Venice. It is evening. You Americans work, but in Venice, we enjoy the evenings.
But we are working. He's a historian. He has a list of palazzos I need to visit.
He is Italian, yes? He knows you are staying in this pensione?
Pours 2 glasses of liqueur.
He will be expecting this. It is tradition.
Cool. Nothing like showing up for work with a drink in my hand.
Just take the drink, Maddie. It won't kill you.
Yeah, you don't have to drink it. Just bring it. We are guests in this city. Let's try not to be ugly Americans, okay?
Maddie begrudgingly agrees and accepts the 2 glasses clumsily beneath her baggage. She exits the piazza, humming God Bless America. From the canal entrance, Mary and John enter, followed by the gondola Enzo. Mary wears a life jacket and carries a large, heavy tote with an umbrella sticking out of it.
Oh my goodness, wasn't that beautiful? And so interesting.
She removes the life jacket and hands it to Enzo, who leans against the bar and shares a laugh with Reynaldo.
That's an awful lot of water. I wouldn't want to be the guy who has to close that valve. This makes the Missouri River look like a fish tank.
So many different kinds of boats. Speedboats and rowboats and those party boats with people drinking wine. And the cruise ships. My goodness, they look like floating buildings. How in the world do they steer those through these little rivers?
Canals, Mary, they're canals. Venice is masterwork of engineering. Incredible when you think about how old the city is. To be able to drain and maintain that kind of waterwork is...
Senor and Senora Lancaster, let me give you a refreshment after your excitement. Coffee? Something stronger? When are you going to try our grappa de Angelica?
Oh my goodness, Italian coffee is too strong for me. I'll have a hot tea.
And I learned my lesson about drinking the hard stuff in foreign ports when I was in the Navy. I'll have a good old-fashioned Budweiser.
Harper's phone rings again.
Is that the soundtrack for our trip?
Don't start. I just want a few minutes to enjoy the moment, okay?
That's fair. God knows it took long enough to get here.
I swear on everything I hold holy, if you complain about the middle seat again...
I'm not. I'm talking about this trip. This everything. It took a long time to get here.
A lifetime.
I didn't think Mom's probate would ever clear.
You and me both.
Still don't understand why it took so long.
Those things take as long as they take.
I still think Evan could have made some calls. He knows everyone in the courthouse.
And he is campaigning. That takes up all of his time, and most of mine. If you were unhappy with how I handled it, you were free to jump in at any time.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I not pulling my weight? Silly me, getting all bogged down in trivialities like finalizing my divorce, selling my house, trying to get tenure while holding down a full course load, and oh yeah, what else? Grieving my mother.
Do you actually think that
You know, I don't get to stay home and plan luncheons and decorate for cocktail parties. I'm literally living out of a suitcase.
Over my garage?
Because I have no house and no husband. But do you know what I do have?
Sauce on your face.
Harper reaches out to wipe the food off Gigi's face. Gigi pushes her hand away.
I have tenure.
What? When did you find out? Well, why didn't you tell us on the plane? Oh, we have to have a toast when Maddie gets back. Did you already tell her? Am I the last to know?
As if you're ever the last to know. I swear, you have some spidey sense when anything big is happening in our lives. You always know to jump in.
And when I do, anything I have to say or to you or Maddie falls on deaf ears.
Well, most of our problems can't be fixed with a cocktail party.
Except that this big news deserves a cocktail party. So what happens next now that you have tenure? What are your plans?
Currently, my plans include fitting all of these little sandwiches into my mouth at once and washing them down with a grappa de angelica.
Gotcha. So much going on in your life right now. Tenure in your household. Hey, Gus isn't being a problem, is he?
Of course not. Gus is Gus. He's wonderful and supportive and probably dating that chick from Applebee's, and why shouldn't he? He's wonderful. He's a wonderful guy.
He is, but it doesn't mean you needed to stay married to him. You married him right out of high school. Nobody expected it to last.
I know.
You grew apart. Everyone could see it.
I know, even Mom. I was nervous telling her about us splitting up, especially since she was getting really sick then. You know what she said? Don't stay in a mistake just because you spent a long time making it.
She always knew what to say.
And can you imagine if I brought Gus with us here? He thought Epcot was too cosmopolitan. But we're here now and we're gonna have a wonderful time. I wanna see the Campanile and definitely get some Murano glass.
Phone rings.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? Either take the call, turn off the phone, or throw it in the canal.
Sits frozen until phone goes silent.
There.
What is happening?
He knows I need this trip.
Then turn off the phone.
I can't. There may be an emergency.
What if that is the emergency?
It's not.
How do you know?
Because I know Evan. He knows my schedule, he knows we're here, and it's probably just occurred to him that I might be relaxing for one moment.
Okay, do you want to talk about that?
This campaign is a lot. It's all just been a lot. And now, losing Mom, I'm thinking about her life and Daddy and all of us growing up in that little house. Now I'm haggling over lobster prices and agonizing over which crystal to serve with which wine. Who's a supporter and what do they support and which hat am I wearing and which function? And all I keep thinking is that this is just the campaign. What's it going to be like if he wins?
You'll be a senator's wife.
I know. I'm crazy for complaining. My life sounds like a dream.
It sounds like a nightmare. I can't even wrap my head around how much you must spend on hairspray alone, and not just for you. The haircut is a high-maintenance boy.
Don't call him that.
Would you like me to use some of the other nicknames Maddie and I use? I'm just saying, do you really want to be a senator's wife? Put on that mantle? Weren't you two gonna open a B&B on the coast? That was your whole thing. Mrs. and Mrs. Adorable Sweaters and their cozy love nest with scones. You had a vision board and everything.
I got married pretty young too, you know. And we actually looked at property up north, and then we started running into zoning board problems, and Evan got frustrated and decided that someone needed to do something about it. So he got on to city council, and then the state legislature, and now he's going for the state senate.
And you became his little helper.
I'm his wife. This is what marriage is. Compromise and support.
Phone rings again.
Voicemail.
Could you not?
Maddie returns from the piazza. Her scarf is loose and she is generally disheveled, but smiling. She plumps her empty glass down on her sister's table, drops her bags, and pours a drink.
Success?
Indeed. He was fantastic. Knew just what I was looking for. Any of those little sandwiches left?
Talks around food.
He invited me to his plaza to do some deeper digging.
Digging?
Palazzo?
His family's place or something. I kind of lost the thread between the grappa and the language barrier, but he wrote down a house I have to go see tonight because they're having an open house and I'll be able to see it up close. The festival parade is supposed to pass right by it. God, Venice is a beautiful city. To think, I almost set this book in Albany. Albany! What was I thinking?
Albany, Venice. I see where they would be. Neck and neck.
Yeah, multi-generational tale and all that. They wind up in Albany eventually, but thankfully that part comes much later in the book. The boring part.
Are you drunk?
No. I told you. I'm working. I just had the one. Then the one before I left. Oh, and the bartender was right. He brought a drink too. Apparently, if you work any time after 5 p.m., you get to drink. I think that's a wonderful way to approach work.
You seem to be getting the hang of it.
I'm a writer. I'm born to it.
Well, do you two want to go out to dinner, or are you just subsisting on bar snacks?
No can do. Gotta head out to that open house. I think that's what he called it. An open house. An opening? I don't know, but I gotta find this place.
She rummages through her pockets and bags to find a napkin with writing on it.
You're going back out? Are we not going to see the city together at all?
I told you, I'm working.
You look like you're working.
Look, I'm doing research. I gotta meet my sources where they are, you know? If they want to have delicious little glasses of liqueur and listen to accordion music while we talk, who am I to argue? When in Rome, as they say.
Or Venice.
But never Albany.
Never Albany.
Mary has been listening. She pulls her chair closer.
I hope you don't mind, but I couldn't help but overhear that you're planning to head out tonight by yourself. Aren't you worried?
About what?
About being in a foreign country. 2 ladies from my church told me that when they were on a bus tour through Rome, there were pickpockets everywhere. You can't take your eyes off your purse for even 1 second. They were afraid to get off the bus.
Then why go?
What?
Why go at all? If you're gonna sit on the bus, you can sit on a bus at home, or you can sit on your couch and make bus noises. Vroom, 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 vroom.
I'm sorry, my sister can be a little blunt.
It's a fair question.
I suppose so. I never really thought about it that way. John and I, we've been waiting to take this trip our whole lives. It's my first time out of the States. John says I'm being a nervous Nellie.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with being mindful in a new setting. John's your husband?
Yes, indeed. I'm Mary. We've been married 43 years this spring.
Congratulations, that's wonderful. I'm Harper. These are my sisters, Gigi and Maddie.
Oh boy, here we go. Harper adopting another stray.
You can take the hostess out of the party, but you can't take the party out of the hostess.
That sounds weird.
It sounded better in my head.
Yeah.
I always wished I had sisters. It must be wonderful having someone who knows you so well. It's like being born with a best friend.
Is it though?
There is a lot to be said for having sisters.
A lot to be said.
Right now. I hope you enjoy your vacation.
You too. Now, if you need any recommendations on where to shop or what to do, I have a guidebook.
Pulls out an enormous guidebook.
Oh, you and that book. We don't need a guidebook for Italy. I was here in the Navy.
40 years ago.
The city is 1,000 years old, hon. How much could it change?
It certainly looks like you've done your research. All those bookmarks.
Oh, yes. I've got it color-coded. Red is for shopping. There are several places to buy that beautiful glass you see here. Green is for some restaurants that I saw on Discovery Channel. Or was it PBS? John, which show was it that had that man going through the Italian countryside?
The Guns and Naparo?
Was it? No, that's a war movie. This was a travel show.
Darned if I know.
Anyway, yellow tabs are for sites of historical interest. Did you know that the bell tower is not the original tower?
Flips through the book.
It fell. Oh, where is it?
Not much point in carrying around a 10-pound book if you can't find anything in it.
Oh, hush.
Flips through the pages.
Well, it's in here somewhere. I'll look for it after dinner.
Oh, are you going somewhere nice to eat? I can't wait to explore my options.
We're eating here in the hotel tonight. Ronaldo has a wonderful chef. The spaghetti bolognese is just wonderful.
It's just spaghetti and meat sauce.
It's very good spaghetti and meat sauce. Honestly, that man.
It's nice sometimes to stay in for a night, especially when you've been traveling a while. How long have you been here?
This is our 4th day. We leave tomorrow.
Oh, my. Well, you must have found some great places to eat. Where do you recommend?
Mary consults the guidebook.
I mean, what was your favorite restaurant? Where did you start?
Well, we started here, and It really is so convenient eating at the hotel.
Wait, what?
Maddie,
You've been here 4 days and you haven't eaten anywhere but the hotel?
Noodles are noodles.
But Venice is Venice.
Gigi, don't.
oh, I know it sounds funny, but the first day here, the jet lag was so bad. And that airplane food, well, it didn't agree with John's tummy.
Oh, Mary, please.
And then the next day, we got a late start and had such a big lunch here at the hotel that it seemed silly to go out for just a bite. And then the next day, the sun was so hot, we didn't really walk as much as we would have liked. John said my bag was too heavy to haul around in the heat, but today we took the gondola. And I made a note every time I saw one of my flagged sites or attractions.
Well, that's something fun. We'll have to take that gondola ride.
Oh, if you do request Enzo. He took us on our ride tonight and he was wonderful.
Of course you thought so. He was flirting with you like crazy.
Oh, he was not.
Oh, he was so. Holding your hand while we climbed in.
I needed help.
Did you need a romantic song crooned into your ear?
And they always sing on those things. It's their job.
Was it also his job to look down your blouse every chance he could?
He did not.
He did just so.
John gets to his feet pretending to be a leering gondolier. He gets close enough to peer down at her cleavage before planting a kiss on her neck.
Stop it. I mean it. Why don't you go to the bar and sit with Ronaldo? Have some guy time. Maybe they've got a football game on.
It'll be soccer, if memory serves. Young lady, do you know why so many people play soccer?
I do not.
So they don't have to watch it.
John sits at the bar. He, Ronaldo, and Enzo watch a soccer game on TV. Seamus enters. Ronaldo greets him like a friend and invites him to join them.
Well, that's a good enough cue for me. I'm off.
By yourself?
They don't call me Mad Dog Maddie for nothing.
We don't call her that.
They do. In their minds.
Ignore her.
Maddie marches toward the bar.
I will not be ignored. I have a mission. I have a goal. I have no idea where I'm going.
Do you have a name, Signorina?
I just yelled it. Mad Dog Maddie.
No, I mean a title of the place you're searching for.
An address?
Addresses are for Venetians. If you do not know Venice, an address will not get you very far.
It's here.
Fumbles for the napkin with the address.
Nope, that's just a napkin. Here.
I know this place. It is, how do you say it, not museum.
Not museum.
Como se dice galleria?
Galleria.
Basta in English.
It is an art gallery.
It's not a palazzo?
See, it is also a palazzo. It is a private home that opens occasionally for fine art, yes?
That sounds nice. That's why it's open. He kept telling me it was open. It was an opening.
It's a very beautiful place. I can take you there. I am Enzo.
You're Enzo? Handsy Enzo?
I am working Enzo.
Our friend John just told us that you looked down his wife's blouse.
Oh, yes, Miss Mary. She had the puffy. Yes, the puffy.
Excuse me?
It is okay. He is saying the life jacket. Huh? Signora Lancaster is a nervous woman. She is certain danger lurks around every corner here in Venice.
Sounds intriguing. If only I were writing a thriller.
Come with me then, Signorina. Let me give you a thrill ride through the canals of Venice.
Considers her sisters who watch her.
What the hell? Let's go find an art galleria. Is it far?
It can be. I mean nothing improper. I mean only that the galleria is very close, but that maybe we take a side trip, no? I know the perfect little inoteca that will throw moeke into my gondola if I sing them a song.
Is that a good thing? Sounds like it would hurt.
Think nothing of it. Tonight is a very slow night. There is rain coming and everyone is preparing for the festival parade. I have no customers, so let me show you my Venice.
He takes her hand and hoists it into the bar with some effort. Takes her bag, hoists it into the bar with some effort.
I'm working. I need that.
I will keep it safe.
You must not let Venice pass you by with your face in a computer. Venice must be seen. It must be heard and smelled and tasted.
Renato pours them and himself a drink for the road.
What the hell? Let the moeke fly!
Downs the drink, leaves her bags with Rinaldo as she follows Enzo out to the gondola dock.
What's a moeke?
Crabs. Tiny green crabs.
And they throw them at you?
Only for me. And maybe for you. Do you sing?
They exit.
That's gonna go well.
Aren't you worried?
About the gondolier? Yes.
She'll be fine. Maddie can take care of herself.
Interesting, Nat, coming from you.
What does that mean?
Nothing. It's just that she lived with you a long time before she finally got that book contract.
Harper's phone rings.
How long do you plan on living with me?
That's different.
Is that your phone?
Is it?
I think so. It's coming from your bag.
Yes, it is.
I try not to use my phone overseas, the roaming charge.
Oh, explain it to me.
Well, my phone only works in the United States, maybe Canada too.
You have always treated her like an infant.
Have you had any calls since you've been here?
I have not.
Then you should be fine.
You gave her your car.
She needed a car. I got a new one. I gave her my old Honda. You needed a place to live. I gave you the garage apartment.
Do you need to get that?
I don't know what I need. I'm sorry. Forgive me, I'm still a little jet lagged, I think.
Have you eaten anything? Maybe you're hungry.
It looks delicious, but all that bread, I just can't.
How about some almonds?
Oh, all that fat.
Olives are a vegetable. Or are they a fruit?
Eats an olive.
They're salt bombs.
Picks up something fried.
What about this? What's this?
Oh my goodness. Those are zucchini flowers stuffed with fresh cheese and deep fried. I could eat those until I found her.
You're joking.
Shoves fried treat into her mouth, tops around the food.
Here, celery.
Oh, thanks, but I'm saving room for dinner.
That you won't eat.
Looks to the bar.
Oh my God, who is that?
Who?
That tall tower of hotness just ambled up to the bar. Look at him.
Oh, I met him the day we arrived. He's Irish, and he's staying here at the pensione.
Is he?
Down, girl. You're a little rusty at the flirting game.
It's like riding a bicycle.
Something else you're terrible at.
Oh, he's very friendly. He's very friendly. He said hello to us the first time we walked in. I just love an Irish accent. It's so...
They all admire Seamus.
Yeah, it sure is. I wonder what he does.
I think he's a construction worker, or something like that. Something to do with buildings.
Pass.
Gigi, don't be such a snob.
You're right, I'm being a snob, but I've earned that snobbishness. When I left Gus, I put strict limits on my conversational topics. No NASCAR, no Game of Thrones, and absolutely no discussion about what are the appropriate condiments for bologna sandwiches.
I feel like you left a lot on the table.
You think I'm kidding, but there are certain types of guys who only discuss certain kinds of things. You wouldn't know. I'm sure Evan has no strong opinions on bologna.
John sure does. Do you know one time I put fancy brown mustard on his sandwich, and I heard about it for weeks. I nearly went back to my mother's house. He wore me out about that so long.
See, it's a thing.
So you're not gonna talk to that guy because you're afraid he'll bring up bologna?
No. Yes, not in so many words. I want to go to museums. I want to talk about art. I want to get into a lively discussion about chiaroscuro and the impact of spice trade on European art.
Well, maybe he likes to talk about those things too.
The men at the bar break into cheers at the game.
There's only one way to find out.
You are on vacation, dear.
Okay, you're right. I'll check him out. Give him a chance. It'll give me an excuse to get more food.
See if they have any of those little rice balls.
I can feel my waistband tightening just thinking about it.
Gigi heads to the bar where she chats with Seamus while getting food. Harper's phone rings again. She rips it out of her bag and answers.
Can you just give me 5 minutes to myself, please? What about that space you talked about? Is this space?
She listens for a moment. Maddie enters from the gondola dock, more disheveled.
This is not the time to discuss that. What? Did you? No, I told you.
She disconnects the call and in a rage hurls it out the gondola window. We hear Enzo off stage.
Ow!
He enters behind Maddie, rubbing his head and holding Harper's phone.
Someone is losing their phone.
Oh my goodness, I am so sorry. Are you okay?
Brings the phone to the table.
You throw this from there?
I am so sorry. I'm not myself.
You are like A-Rod, no? A great ball player?
No, just frustrated.
You do not want your phone?
I do. I'm sorry.
It's good phone.
Yes?
Outside is only water. You know this, yes?
I do. I wasn't thinking.
What goes into the canal stays in the canal. You know this.
I understand.
You do not want this phone? I take this phone. It's a good phone.
I will take it. Thank you.
You keep it inside, yes? No litter bug in Venice.
Yes, thank you. I won't litter. I am so sorry.
Enzo gives her the phone and returns to the bar. He and Maddie share a look.
Giving the haircut an audio tour of the water?
Don't call him that.
I've got some other options. Gigi and I came up with some great ones last Christmas. Remember when he picked all the raisins?
Let's just stick with Evan, okay? What are you doing back so soon? I thought you were off to party in the canals.
There's some kind of traffic jam and a fire brigade or something. It's weird to see a fire truck boat. Fire boat. Fire boat.
Maybe you should eat some.
Maybe you should too.
Checks out the picked over food.
Or maybe you have. Harper, did you eat bread? Shocking.
Funny. I might have wanted some, but I was afraid Gigi would have eaten my hand if I'd taken too long picking something out.
Looking to Gigi, who is laughing at the bar.
It looks like she's found a new snack. Who is that tall drink of water?
That's Seamus. He's Irish.
And apparently hilarious. Good for her. I'm gonna miss Gus, though.
Gus?
Gigi's ex-husband, high school sweetheart, you know the drill. She grew up, he didn't.
Oh, that's a shame. I wonder if people don't give up too easily.
Give up on what, though? Their happy marriages or fulfilling their dreams?
Why can't it be both?
In my experience, you can have one or the other.
Don't listen to Maddie. She's a cynic.
I'm a writer and a realist.
Harper's phone rings again.
Speaking of happy marriages...
Gigi runs over to the table.
Oh my God, he's not a construction worker. He's an architectural restoration specialist. He's here to restore some 1,000-year-old palazzo.
Oh, that's good news, right?
Wrong? I don't know what's wrong with me. I keep saying the stupidest things. He mentioned something about a project he did last year, something about the Baroque era.
You didn't.
He did.
Did what? Did what?
I said, if it's not Baroque, don't fix it.
Oh, that's funny, that's funny.
If you're 5. Oh my God, okay. Gigi, pull it together. You can do this.
I have faith in you.
Yeah, don't let that throw you. He puts his pants on one shapely Irish leg at a time. And get some more food when you go up there.
Gigi goes back to the bar.
It's nice to see her laughing.
I wouldn't hate to see you do the same.
I laugh?
When?
I know. I haven't been myself lately. It's everything. Mom's death, all the probate business while Evan's campaign is going on, then Gigi's divorce, and you, and...
Me? What about me?
I worry about you. All you do is write. I mean, we're on our first sister's vacation, and all you want to do is research your book.
Excuse me? I've seen more of Venice already than any of you.
You have been on some adventure. How was Enzo? Isn't he charming?
I've had worse time in gondolas.
Oh, have you?
You know what I mean.
Gigi runs back to the table.
He asked me if I like soccer. I showed a picture of me dressed up as Posh Spice. What is wrong with me? I swear, if I get a blood clot just from sitting in that middle seat.
I'm sure you're doing just fine.
Get back in there and don't come back without some of those little sandwiches.
Gigi goes back to the bar.
It's so nice listening to sisters. Were you always close?
We had our moments.
And plenty more to come. Did I say something wrong?
We don't spend as much time together as we used to.
Life has a way of getting in the way.
So do haircuts.
Stop calling Evan the haircut. I'm sick of it. And no, I don't want to know the other names you have for him.
Fine. Since you're no fun and Gigi has completely abandoned me, I guess I shall have to forage for food on my own. I'd ask what you want, but we both know the answer to that. My sister, the air fern.
Maddie heads the opposite end of the bar from Seamus and Gigi. The lights focus on her and Enzo.
So, Enzo, as we discussed, I am writing a novel set here in Venice.
Yes, Signorina, I am your servant to show you all the wonders of Venice.
Indeed. It occurs to me that no book set here is complete without a gripping gondola scene.
My gondola is yours to grip.
Do you think you could show me how to drive a gondola?
Ah, yes. The canals are calling to you. Many tourists, they see Venice and they see only the large boats, the yachts, the cruising ships. They see me, and to them, I am just a little man in the boat. But let me tell you something, Miss Maddie. The gondola, she is the true vessel of my city.
So, you could teach me how to drive it?
Miss Maddie, one does not drive a gondola. To glide through the waters, you only need the good legs, a strong back, and a powerful pole.
You don't say.
I say. It is all in the pole. May I show you?
Enzo positions Maddie as if he is standing in a gondola. They mind poling and struggling for balance. It is at the director's discretion how overt the sexual overtones of this man. Both are clearly having a wonderful time and eventually sit together at the bar and share a drink. Lights focus now on the center table. While Mary and Harper talk, we notice the table is slightly uneven and wobbly. Gigi runs over once more with a plate of food that she throws onto the table.
He just asked me what I thought about Pinturicchio, and I said, sounded like a good ointment would clear that up. A good ointment!
They laugh?
Would you, Harper? Help me! I'm trying to pick up a man with dad jokes! Dad jokes!
I'm sure you're doing just fine. Get back in there, champ.
Gigi heads back to the bar. Harper is lost in thought.
I hope I'm not intruding, but you know, you can talk to me. Sometimes I find I can tell things to a total stranger that I can't tell my husband.
I'm fine. Really.
Is that why you won't answer your phone? Don't mind me. I'm a terrible meddler. You can tell me to mind my own business, and I will leave you alone. If that's what you want.
I don't know what I want. I don't know what's wrong with me.
What makes you think there's something wrong with you?
There has to be. My life is perfect. I should be perfectly happy. I have a husband and a beautiful home and a life plan.
And you're still unhappy?
I am so unhappy.
Have you talked with, is it Evan about it?
He's so busy. And what would I say? That this campaign is the most important thing in his life right now. His whole life is public affairs. I didn't know that when we got married, and now he started his run for Senate.
Well, sometimes going after a dream is like eating a big meatball sandwich. You can't wait to take that first bite, and when you're finished, you're as full as can be. But the middle part of it, it's always a mess. Maybe you're just in the messy middle.
Maybe I am. Maybe I've lost my appetite.
Oh, I hate to hear that, sweetheart. Don't do anything hasty.
Without seeming to think about it, Harper pulls a piece of paper from her purse, folds it, and bends down to study the table.
Oh, aren't you clever? And now again, forgive me for being so nosy, but do you have kids?
No, it was never the right time, and I think we've run the clock out on that.
Oh my. I'm sorry, but take it from me. Children do not a marriage make. John and I have 3, and I love them with all my heart. But it's a simple fact of life. Children leave, and then it's just the 2 of you again. Any problems you were hiding behind them come right back out in the open.
That's what our mother used to say. When Evan and I got engaged, she told me that we had to choose each other every day, over and over again.
And that's good advice. Did you take it?
I did.
There have been times I was sure I couldn't live with John for 1 minute more. Then he'll do something sweet, something considerate, and I realize we've built a life together, a good life. It's not the most glamorous life, but it's ours, and it's full. And we built it together. For me, it comes down to this. He's not a perfect man, But he's a good man, my John. So ask yourself, is Evan a good man?
Gigi spills a glass of red wine on Seamus, to her mortification and Maddie's amusement. Seamus tries to blot the wine off of his sweater. Gigi mouths, "Help me," to her sisters.
I better get in there. When we say Gigi is a terrible flirt, we mean she's likely to burn the hotel down before she wins any hearts.
Harper goes to Seamus, who is making his way to the hotel steps, ostensibly to head to his room to change.
And I can get that stain out of that beautiful sweater. Ronaldo, I need seltzer water, a lemon, and a clean cloth.
Seamus takes his sweater off, to Maddie and Gigi's delighted approval. He and Harper stand at the front of the stairs, Harper examining the stain. At the table, Harper's phone rings again.
Should I let this go to voicemail?
Nah, go ahead and chuck it into the canal.
Evan appears at the door to the piazza.
Or you could try answering it.
Oh, Evan? You're here.
End Act 1.
We'll have a short little intermission. Feel free to get up, stretch your legs, go to the bathroom, get something else to drink. Be sure to tip your waiters. Thank you all very much. Welcome back to Act 2 of One Night in Venice. Just a quick note. Again, thank you all for being here. Thank you for sticking it out. Thank you for liking the play enough to stay for the second act. No better compliment to the writers than that, for sure. After we finish, we'll have a short little talk back. We'll let Sheila and Lulu talk about why they wanted to write the play, what they liked about it. We'll get some feedback from you guys real quick. We won't keep you very long. Just to let you know what's happening here. And now for Act 2 of One Night in Venice.
Act 2.
Evan, you're here.
You wouldn't have been so surprised if you'd just taken my call.
Calls.
So many calls.
Why did you come?
Why do you think? I came to get you. To be with you. But it looks like you've got your hands full.
Seamus takes his sweater back from Harper and excuses himself up to the hotel.
Do I want to know what that's about?
Don't be ridiculous.
Why not? I feel pretty ridiculous right now.
You've got to be used to it already.
Good to see you too, Gigi. Maddie.
Haircut.
What are you doing here?
I didn't like the way we left things.
You said you needed space, that the campaign...
I know what I said.
You said I needed to be more independent, that you wouldn't have time once you were elected, that...
I know what I said, Harper. I know what I said, and as soon as I said it, I regretted it.
That doesn't take the words back.
No, I know. That's why I just flew 9 hours when I should be campaigning, honey. We've been under so much pressure. All the fundraising and the meetings and losing your mom. Gigi moving in. I can't imagine how hard that must have been for you. I know how hard it is for me.
Especially the Gigi part.
It's in the top 10.
What do you want me to say?
And we still have a marriage? You know how much you mean to me? I can't do this without you, Harper. I never could.
I never said I was leaving you, Evan. You're the one that said you needed space.
I'm an idiot.
No argument there.
Could you at least pretend not to be listening?
I can pretend, but I'm not very good at it.
Maddie and Gigi move to the sisters' table where they shoot daggers at Evan with their eyes, but Harper isn't looking.
Good to see ya, roomie.
I hope the garage is working out for you. As soon as you walked out that door, I regretted our fight. I wanted to chase you down and catch you before you got to the airport.
But you didn't.
I didn't because you wanted to go.
On vacation with my sisters.
Is that all it is? Is it, Harper?
I don't know.
What do you want?
I don't know.
You don't know. 12 years of marriage and you don't know. I know. I want you. I want us. I want us to be together, a unified front.
For the campaign.
For everything. Come on, honey. Do you really think this is just about the campaign? Is that all you think of me?
It's more like that's all you think of me.
What?
I'm not your wife, Evan. I'm your caterer and your events planner. I'm the pretty thing on your arm who remembers everyone's names. I'm the photo op when you're talking about family values. We used to be partners, and now I'm just an employee. Not even that, I'm a tool you use when you need to hit the right social note.
We are partners. Do you think I could do this without you? What do you want me to say? That I don't need you on my arm? I need you. Nobody can do what you do and still look so good doing it. You are my partner in all of this. Nobody puts together a fundraiser like you. Nobody throws a party like you. You would handle people like nobody I've ever seen. God, Harper, it's what you were born to do.
Oh, well, when you put it that way, canapes for life.
I didn't mean it like that. I mean, you're just so good at what you do. Is it wrong that I depend on you? That I feel more confident in this crazy campaign I've taken on because I have you by my side?
No, you're not wrong.
We talked about this when I decided to run. You were okay with it then? What changed?
I don't know.
We had a plan. We have a plan. I know you're hurting. Losing your mom was hard. But don't forget, she loved me. She liked me.
She did like you. I like you.
I like you too.
Moving in closer.
I like you a lot. Maybe I should send you a note. Do you like me? Check yes or no.
Are you expecting me to scribble your name on my trapper keeper with lots of hearts and stars?
Whew! That's getting serious. Next thing you know, we'll be getting to second base.
Kisses her on the cheek.
Come on, Harper. Come home with me.
I need to think.
About what?
About what home means.
She heads the piazza exit and notices the flickering sconce. A quick bang on the wall and the light steadies. She exits. Evan joins John at the bar. Gigi and Maddie lean in close to talk. When Mary remains pulled up to their table, they give her a "do you mind" look, and she returns to her original table and looks out over the canal, holding her book.
I would like to lodge a formal complaint. I'm supposed to be the mess in this family, not you two.
Me? How am I a mess?
How are you not a mess? I heard some of your flirtation at the bar. God, I've heard smoother lines at makeout parties in middle school.
Like you ever made out in middle school.
Fair point. But one thing has always been the golden rule. Harper is never a mess. Ever! I've never seen her with a stain on her blouse.
Pouring them both a drink of liqueur.
She is definitely not peak Harper right now. I can't believe the haircut showed up here during our sister's trip.
Just when you think he has reached the limit of his gall.
He's probably panicking without her. Who picks out his ties? Who makes sure his shoes are polished? Are we entirely sure he can dress himself?
Ew! Don't talk about the haircut undressed.
He wasn't wrong, though.
Ew! Worse than him undressed. How wasn't he wrong?
About Harper. Nobody throws a party like she does. Nobody takes care of people like she does. Look at us. We both need her.
Yeah, but we're her sisters.
And we're adults.
Well, sort of.
I'm just saying, could we be part of the problem?
Us? Ow! I mean, yeah. You're living in her garage that I lived in last summer. But by the way, don't plug in the hairdryer when the fan is running, and that weird sound is the ice maker.
Is that what it is? Oh, thank God. I thought raccoons were trying to break in.
And yes, she gave me her car when mine died.
And she handled all of Mom's probate and estate.
Shit. We're part of the problem.
They huddle together over their drinks. At the bar, John and Evan talk.
Welcome, fellow countrymen. It seems like you had a rough trip.
Not rough so much as wasted.
And there is never a wasted trip to Venice.
That's easy for you to say. You live here. Your wife didn't run away from you.
Ah, women problems. Marriage problems. I don't mean to overstep, but I've been told I'm a pretty good listener. And Reynaldo here, well, he's a bartender. They have legendary skills in the listening field. Want to give us a shot?
I don't understand what's happening. 1 minute we're a team, we have a goal, working together like a well-oiled machine, and the next, poof, she's gone to Venice. She's not taking my calls, she won't tell me what's wrong.
Has anything happened? Anything changed?
Her mother died. They were really close.
Well then, it's understandable she needs some time to grieve.
She had the time. It wasn't like she died suddenly. Her mother was sick for over a year. We knew it was coming. I even left some flexibility in the travel schedule at the end so we could do the funeral with as little disruption as possible.
But a woman's mother, it takes time to heal.
It's been months. Look, I know I sound harsh, but it's complicated. Clearing the estate and the inheritance, dealing with her sisters, it's taken all of her energy. And I haven't complained, not even once. Not even when we had to cancel 2 fundraisers. I handled it, and I didn't ask her for anything. And what does she do? She runs off with her sisters. Her sisters. Have you met those two?
I have. They seem like a lively group.
They're like sharks when they get together, endlessly circling the globe, waiting for one drop of blood to tear you to pieces.
Tyson enters from the hotel and joins them at the bar. He holds a cat.
Me to speak up. See, I don't know much about you or American politics, but if your wife's sisters can push you around, how do you plan to handle your position?
Trust me, State Senate is a cakewalk compared to a dinner with those 2 vipers.
But your wife, she loves them, no? They are family.
So am I. I'm her husband. What? Is it wrong to think that I deserve the lion's share of her attention? Especially now.
Son, you will find that what the heart needs rarely follows a timetable.
Well, that's terrific. Unfortunately, the world doesn't much care what the heart wants. It keeps on spinning, and you either keep up or you drop out.
Don't underestimate the power of dropping out.
Of the election? No way. I've come too far.
I didn't mean the election. My apologies for butting in. I'm afraid I'm talking about myself.
Senora Tyson, yes, you and Senora Tyson are ready for the greener pastures.
I don't know about greener pastures, but maybe just easier ones. I sure am going to miss this place, though. We both are.
Is your vacation ending?
No, my friend. I believe it is just beginning. Or it will if I can find someone to buy the pensione.
Is this your place?
Oh, say, you're the owner here? Well, you've done a bang-up job. This hotel is just beautiful. Why are you selling?
Running a hotel is a young man's game. Venice may be able to stand for another 1,000 years, but Mrs. Tyson and I cannot. Pensione needs someone who can attend to the 1,000 little disasters that befall her every day. It's time to pass the baton.
Do you have any offers?
None that I'm willing to take.
Not enough money?
Not enough heart.
What's that?
The Pensione de Angelica is a passionate mistress. She requires handling, but never fear, my friend. She will find a caretaker. After all, she found you.
I bet an old building like this has got a ton of structural issues. Have you looked into having it overhauled completely?
Pulls out a phone.
I got a guy. He flips real estate. Not just in the U.S. either. He turned a castle in Scotland into this amazing upscale resort. No expense spared. Renovated every inch of it until you'd hardly know it was 800 years old. Heated swimming pools, rooftop bar. It's incredible. Costs a fortune to get in, which, keeps out the budget travelers. Let me get you his info.
That's okay.
No, it's my pleasure. I like throwing work his way. He's a big donor. You know how it is. I scratch his back, he scratches mine. You got a phone? I'll text you his contact.
I don't have it on me.
Ronaldo, give me a napkin and a pen. You got a pen?
Ronaldo slips him a napkin and a pen. Evans scribbles the number and hands it to Tyson.
You can thank me later. The things he can do to an old building are incredible. He can completely reinvent it.
The Angelica doesn't need reinventing. She needs care, attention, patience.
A rooftop bar wouldn't hurt though, would it? Maybe upgrade the kitchen, serve some Pan-Asian fusion, update the vibe.
The vibe?
Yeah, breathe some new life into the old girl.
Sir, you've much to learn about hotels and women. Building a life together is more than just marching toward a goal or a dollar sign. It is not just updating your vibe. It's about the life you're living.
But you've got to have a plan. You got to be moving forward. If you're not, what are you doing with your life?
Living it. Everything else is just...
John watches Mary staring wistfully at the canal.
What are you doing with your life if you're not living it? If you'll excuse me, gentlemen, I have to make up for some lost time with my bride. I promised she would get to see all the sights of Venice, And I have only one more day to make it happen.
He goes to Mary.
Everything okay, honey?
No, it's not. We haven't seen nearly enough of Venice. I know it's our last day, but what do you say we see it all?
Really? Are you sure?
I've never been more sure. Let's see the city and watch the festival.
Mary rises, clutching her book, then pauses.
I should probably leave this here. It's heavy.
Ah, bring it. We can strap it to my back if we need to.
Mary grabs her heavy tote bag, too.
We should probably bring an umbrella, too. It looks like it's going to rain. Oh, I'm doing it again, aren't I? I always overpack.
You're fine.
No, I do this all the time. I bring too much, and I ask you to carry everything. I don't know what I was thinking, trying to be a traveler.
John takes the tote bag.
You're a terrific traveler. If he hadn't packed the antacids, I might have burned up with indigestion on the plane. And those Band-Aids you brought saved my feet from blisters. And I sure was glad to have that extra paperback he had during our layover.
John, are you okay?
I'm on vacation with my beautiful wife. How could I be anything but fantastic?
They exit to the piazza, passing Harper as she returns. Evan rises when she enters.
You're back.
All my stuff is here.
Is that the only reason you came back?
Let's talk.
Okay.
Evan's phone rings. He glances at it and shoves it back into his pocket.
Unless you need to take that?
Not right now. Right now, I need to talk to you.
His phone chimes a notification. This will happen repeatedly throughout their exchange. Evan tries to focus, but the phone pulls at him.
I'm right here.
We're gonna get through this, Harper. We have to.
You make it sound easy.
It can be. What did your mom say? That it can be as simple as choosing each other over and over again.
Do you choose me?
Always.
Always? You haven't chosen me in a long time.
How can you say that? You're the most important thing in the world to me.
More important than the Senate seat? More important than the fundraisers and the golf meetings and the late night phone calls?
Harper, we're building something.
No, you're building something, and you're using me to do it. You're getting a career and power, and I'm getting the scraps. I get the to-do list and the memos from your assistant.
Where is this coming from? You know what I'm trying to get done? I am dedicating my life to public service.
You're dedicating your life to your legacy.
And what's wrong with that?
It should be our legacy, Evan. Ours. Us. You and me. Our family.
Oh. Honey, is that what this is about? Kids? All I ever hear from you is that you don't have time, how busy you are.
Taking care of you.
Taking care of everybody. What do you want? Really? You want me to get a 9-to-5 job, throw back beers with the boys, have an affair with some ditzy bimbo at Applebee's? You want Gigi's life? How's that working out for her?
Then leave my sisters out of this.
Why? They're always in the middle of it, of everything.
They're my sisters.
And I'm your husband. And I'm telling you, it's time to come home. I'm building something. We're building something. I took an oath to public office, and you took an oath to stay by my side.
What a tidy way to put it.
Evan's phone is blowing up.
Don't do this. We don't have to do this. Hang on.
He checks his phone, getting drawn in by what he sees.
Damn it. Hang on, honey. I have to take this.
Of course you do.
But we're not done. We are not done talking.
Take your call.
I have to, if it wasn't important.
Yeah, go do what's important.
Evan heads up to the hotel, buried in his phone. Harper joins her sisters.
Can we pretend you didn't hear any of that?
We could, but I'm terrible at that.
Did you say he's cheating on you?
No.
He's cheating on you.
He's not cheating on me, at least not with another woman.
With a man? How's that gonna play in the papers?
He's not cheating on me.
Who cheats on you? How does a soft-bellied haircut like that cheat on you?
Is this your idea of making me feel better?
I'm sorry, but I don't think I can get over this.
You know it's my marriage, right?
I think she's just trying to say he's cheating on you? You're you.
And isn't it a delight?
How did you find out?
For the last time, he's not cheating on me. That would require him to acknowledge that we have a marriage to cheat on, or that there is more to life than politics and moving up in the ranks. He is so obsessed with getting ahead that he never even sees me.
But you're you.
What does that mean? You keep saying that. Everyone says that.
It means exactly that. You're you. You're Harper. You're perfect.
Flawless.
Pulled together.
You always know what to do.
Is that what you think? I never know what to do. I am always drowning. I am always worried. I have lists of the lists I've got to keep straight. I have a whole subsection of lists that are just lists of things I'm doing wrong.
I think your idea of drowning is a little different
from what? Yours? Yours? You know the differences between my drowning and yours? I don't have anyone to save me. I don't get to wave my arms around and yell for help. I'm always the one who has to throw the rope, who has to call the captain, who has to know CPR and how to inflate the lifeboat and how to find the flare gun.
Okay, this sinking ship metaphor is going a little long.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did the 3 seconds I showed some vulnerability take up too much of your time? Is something going wrong with you that I need to fix again? How about you, Maddie? What's the next crisis? Please, don't let my imploding marriage interfere with the never-ending disaster you call a life.
That feels like you might have been waiting a while to say this.
You think?
The sisters sit in silence. Gigi pours them each another glass of the liqueur.
You're not alone, Harper.
Yeah, for what it's worth, you do have us.
Mess and all.
I know.
I mean, we're terrible at everything, but we have your back.
Pretty good at making Evan uncomfortable.
Well, that's a gift.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
What do you want to do?
It's funny. It's been years since anyone asked me that, and all of a sudden, it's all anyone wants to know.
And?
And what?
What do you want?
I don't remember how to figure that out anymore. I don't remember what it's like to be reckless and spontaneous, to make bad decisions and wild calls. I used to know what it was like. I used to be so brave.
I remember that, Harper.
Me too, man. You used to be wild enough to shoot at.
Do you remember that time Dickie Clemens ran over Maddie's Barbie dream house with his bike? You dragged him into the bushes and shoved his face down in the mud and told him it was dog diarrhea.
And in 10th grade, when Beth Naliborski got mono and couldn't sing the solo at the Christmas pageant, you jumped in. You didn't know the words, and you could barely carry a tune, but you jumped in, and 1 week you knew all the words and hit every note. You did that, Harper. I remember thinking, that's my sister. She's fearless.
That was a long time ago.
Doesn't feel like it to me.
To me either. You're still a badass to me.
And I'll bet that Dickie Clemens still feels a shudder of fear at your name.
What would I do without you two?
Probably breathe easier.
Be able to use your garage.
We have been talking. We know we abuse your generosity.
No, we don't.
We do, and we promise to stop leaning on you so heavily. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I think we're actually getting our lives together. I've got tenure. Maddie's got the book contract. We can start fixing our own mess.
Don't you get it? I like taking care of people. I like solving problems. I'm good at it, and I like it. I like feeding people and picking out color palettes and organizing trips. Evan was right. I was born to do it. I just don't want
to do it for Evan.
I just don't want to do it for Evan.
Evan and Seamus come down the hotel steps at the same time. Evan is wrestling with 2 suitcases. Seamus helps him to get down the stairs, much to Evan's displeasure.
What are you gonna do? I mean, like right now.
I guess I'm gonna talk to him. A real talk.
Are you gonna tell him now?
Oh, I have to.
We'll be right here.
We have your back.
I think I need to do this on my own.
You're not alone.
I know. But Evan is already scared of me too. I need to do this on my own.
Harper moves to Evan, who is still on the phone. Gigi goes to Seamus and Maddie to the bar where Enzo is sitting.
Well, Miss Gigi, now that I'm dressed for the evening, What do you say I show you the palazzo I'm restoring? It's a gorgeous piece of work.
Yes, you are. Oh my God.
It also happens to be a perfect place to watch the festival fireworks. Tell me, Gigi, are you in the mood for some fireworks?
I'm not even going to touch that.
He laughs and escorts her out to the piazza. Faint music can be heard drifting in.
I believe the fire emergency is out. The festival will begin soon, but there is still time for your research. Let me find your opening.
That is not how you should say that. But yes. Let's go find my opening.
Evan looks up from his phone to find Harper waiting.
We need to talk.
I know.
We can't go on like this.
Harper, I will do anything to save this marriage, but this is not the time.
What?
I need you to come home with me right now. I've got the flight booked. If we leave right now, we can...
We need to talk.
And I need to get back. There's been a flood at home. A big one. Disaster relief is being coordinated.
What? Oh, no. What can we do? What's the plan?
Be on site. We gotta be boots on the ground ASAP.
Of course. I'll coordinate with Letitia at the Red Cross. We can start collecting supplies.
The press is there, national press. We need to be seen there. Did you pack boots? We can buy some at the airport. We'll go right to the press platform, get some shots of me carrying buckets or shovels or whatever. Michaela says if I catch the next flight, I'll be the first candidate on site. Looks like old man incumbent picked the wrong week to take his grandson's fly fishing. He's out of cell phone range for at least a week. I need this break. You can't buy that kind of publicity.
But we're gonna help, right? Actually work to help?
Yeah, sure. I mean, we'll bring some cookies or something. But we have to go now.
Cookies? Evan, we need to help.
You know how we help? Get me into the Senate. If I win this election, then I can help. And being photographed at the disaster will rocket me through the polls. We can't blow this, Harper. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
It's a disaster.
Same thing. Let's go. Our bags are packed.
He heads toward the piazza. Harper doesn't move. Outside, thunder sounds.
Your bags are packed.
For God's sake, we don't have time for this. Get your bag and let's go. Call that caterer you like and set up a press tent close to the site. Not too close. We don't want sirens cutting into the sound bites. Wear that blue dress. It makes you look younger.
Realizing she is...
Get him! Get him!
Harper! It is now or never. This is important.
It is important.
Then let's go. I don't have time for your mood swings.
She does not move.
I'm not having a strike right now. I'm jet lagged and hungry, and I've got a 9-hour flight ahead of me. And when I hit the ground, I need to be at the top of my game where I would already be if I hadn't had to fly all this way to handle whatever is going on with you. For once in your life, put me first. I'm serious. This is your last chance.
This is yours too.
I'm not kidding.
Neither am I. Goodbye, Evan.
He exits, phone to his ear. Thunder crashes and we hear a storm begin. Seconds later, Gigi and Seamus run in wet and laughing. Enzo and Maddie run up from the gondola deck in the same shape. Ronaldo hands out towels.
Why do I get the feeling your plan is to always get me out of my clothes? You know, I could catch me death in these wet things.
Actually, you don't catch cold by wearing wet clothes.
Maddie smacks him on the back of the head.
You're on to me.
Your flirting abilities finally come back online.
It seems to be destiny that we do not find your opening.
I'm pretty sure we'll be able to find it. Besides, I don't need a palazzo to research family. I'm a writer. I can write what I know, and I know I need a drink.
Ronaldo pours a round for the crowd. As they drink, John and Mary run in, soaking wet and laughing.
Oh my goodness! We were mugged!
Are you okay?
Well, he
pretty handy thing to carry.
Knocked him right into the canal.
Now, Honey Boots, you know that's not the whole truth. I stunned him with the umbrella, but you swung that book of yours and knocked him right off his feet.
We ran all the way back in the rain.
Why didn't you use the umbrella?
John pulls Mary close.
Have you ever seen anything more beautiful than my Mary in the rain?
They cuddle, laughing, and head to the hotel stairs. John stops on the bottom step.
2 grappos to go.
Reynaldo hands them their drinks, and they exit laughing. He pours another round, including one for himself, and holds it up to toast.
To the Pensione de Angelica, long may she shelter us from the storms.
Everyone drinks except Harper, who still hangs on the edges.
This may be her last storm.
What? No, why?
I simply cannot give her the care she needs. Mrs. Tyson and I are ready to retire.
Where is Mrs. Tyson?
Holding up the cat.
Right here. You can see, this has been a lot for us. The Angelica is a demanding mistress, but if you're good to her, she can give you a wonderful life.
Is someone buying the hotel?
I haven't found the right person. It'll take someone with heart, compassion, and courage.
The sisters look to Harper.
Me? No, I couldn't. How could I? I can't run a hotel.
Sure, because you're terrible at taking care of people.
Anticipating their needs.
Organizing meals and accommodations.
Wow, what were we thinking? You'd be awful at this.
I'm serious.
So are we?
Give us one good reason why you shouldn't.
Well, for one, I'm married.
Are you?
Okay, fair. But what about money?
You have Mom's inheritance.
Well, that's barely enough.
What if we help?
We got the inheritance too.
And for once, our lives aren't total disasters. Dare I say we're actually stable right now?
I couldn't dip into your inheritance. I couldn't ask that of you.
Why not?
Afraid we'll find out you're not perfect.
Spoiler, we already know.
And we love you anyway.
I can't do this. I can't.
Dickie Clemens and Beth Malaborski would say otherwise.
The Pensione de Angelica. She needs your help.
And from what I've seen so far, she seems to like you. She's letting you take care of her.
And you wouldn't be doing it alone.
Let us help you for once.
Tonight is the Festival de Peregrino, the night of the pilgrims. Maybe your pilgrimage has led you here.
Maybe it has. Maybe it's time for me to build something. Something of my own.
She wanders to the edges of the room, ending at the sconce she fixed.
Let's do it.
They celebrate. A bell rings in the kitchen and Reynaldo starts bringing out bowls of pasta. He sets them before each person, but hesitates when he gets to Harper.
Signora, my apologies. You do not eat the pasta, do you?
Harper grabs the bowl.
The hell I don't.
She takes an enormous forkful of pasta. Feed.
Well done. Thank you, cast, for your reading of this. Thank you, Sheila and Lulu, for writing this piece. While you have your captured audience with the doors closed, and I hear they locked them from the other side, tell us a little bit about your process and why you wrote this and what it means to you.
Christy and I met 23 years ago when I was on the radio, and I started a writer's room, and she showed up for it. And you know how you meet someone, you're like, oh, that's my person. Right? And we went to Venice in 2000 together. And that's not getting into the play.
Yeah. R-rated.
Interpol's working on that still. But she had started to play and put it away 23 years later. When did you find the pages?
I found the pages the day that Exit Laughing stopped. That Sheila was in a play of Alchemy, and I went to almost every showing because that's who I am, and I support everybody in Alchemy.
Magley was in his underwear.
And I found the play, and I'm like, we need to revisit this, and we need to pull it back out and start writing it, and that was September 26th. And so a little over a year ago.
Yeah.
And we just started getting drunk and saying, okay, for what? That's our writing process, is we drink together for what? Okay, and then we just
First off,
start
she's in a life jacket in the gondola.
and then we start laughing because we crack each other up.
Right? Our guest audience.
Yeah, and so we just had fun getting drunk and writing this play. And then we were eventually paper dolls.
Right? I mean, and I might have painted little figurines and made a stage. That's another story. Also, the big part of it was we knew the talent we had available to us in Alchemy. I mean, we knew,
we knew who Chuck was.
Oh,
Danger, and that's all right.
And the sisters were like, it's Harper, it's Nora, it's Joanna, it's Taylor. Like, we just knew. And knowing we had this talent to work with, we could take big chances. We could swing for the fences. We got to do a reading with them beforehand, and I would like to say that some of the more off-color jokes were not in the original draft, but they said, you can go more with that. You can do more. We're like,
and then that's when the bull joke is very good. Yes, yes. Thanks, Nagley. Thanks, Nagley. It's like, you can do more with me. Banana hammock, so whatever.
I'm not so sure that was my idea, but all right.
just go with it, honey.
This is his mother up here. Right there's his mother.
Hey, we love you. But knowing we had these incredibly talented actors to work with, I mean, you can be super brave when you know you have talented people who are going to make your work go farther than it could just on the page itself.
Yeah. Hearing all their voices is exactly how we heard it in my head. So we're not crazy.
You're laughing, you're like, oh my God, the joke landed. Thank you all so much. Support Alchemy Theatre. You don't realize how lucky we are to have this in Huntington. This is an amazingly talented group of people. We're so lucky. And thank you all.
We have time for one or two things. If anybody would like to say something to the writers about what you liked about the show, what you thought worked, what you really enjoyed, what you thought that they could maybe make more of, if you wanted to.
The SAT comments section, though.
Yeah.
Don't get too big for Chuck. It's not his fault.
Patty?
We'll see. Oh, it's Chuck's mom. She's like, why did you?
I love that they called him the haircut. But also, I have a lot of sisters. So he has had a lot of experience with difficult sisters.
Who in the audience has sisters? Right? So that's why it landed here.
Yeah.
There's a sister.
Who has sisters?
Right? And then there is
I just want to say that I vote that we see this live on stage.
Over my dead body!
This is exact same. Because we all know that Steven can direct.
But Mike wants to play both Ronaldo and Sheamus. Just the hat, run back
Yes.
and forth.
I'll work on the shirtless part. We'll see. Give me a year. We'll see.
Sell it.
Anybody else have anything else for them before we, if you absolutely hated it, now's the time. We'll unlock the door.
I love you, haircut.
Guys, thank you all so much for being here and being a part of Alchemy's New Works Festival 2023. It means a great deal to us to be able to present this new work that nobody has ever seen and to get such great response from it. Thank you to Sheila, Christy, and Toby for putting this all together. Thank you for Cellar Door for letting us be here. Thank you to all the writers and the actors that participated in all of these last 2 days. Thank you to the CBB for letting us have our workshops at Heritage Station today, earlier. Thank you, Tyson. And thank you again, everybody, for being here. Be sure to tip your waiters and get your credit cards back before you leave. Thank you all, and be safe. Thank you, thank you, thank you.